Imo imagined telling my family the truth would be so difficult. The weight of their reaction is still crushing me. After years of holding it in, I spoke the truth, but now I feel more lost than ever before. I didn't know how heavy this secret was until I finally shared it. And now everything feels like it's falling apart. The moment I spoke, I felt the shift in the air. But what happens when the truth is out in the open? For so long, I lived in the shadows of my own truth. Now that I have stepped into the light, I don't know where to go. It's amazing how much weight one secret can carry. Now that it's gone, I feel both lighter and more vulnerable than ever. It's one thing to keep a secret from your family, but it's a whole different thing when the truth finally comes to light. The hardest part wasn't telling them, it was realizing the truth would change everything. I spent years hiding who I really am, but the moment I opened up, it felt like everything shifted. Now I'm unsure of what's next. I let the truth slip, but now it feels like the ground beneath me is crumbling. What happens when everything you've hidden is exposed? I thought I was ready for the truth to come out, but the emotions it stirred up are more intense than I ever imagined. I spent so many years building a life around this secret, but once it was out, everything began to unravel. The moment I revealed everything to my family, I thought I'd find relief. But the reality, it's far more complicated than I ever dreamed. The relief I expected from telling them never came. Instead, the chaos I've created is more than I can handle. I never thought telling them would leave me feeling more lost than I've ever felt before. After so many years of silence, the truth spilled out. But now I can't help but wonder if I've made a terrible mistake. Once the truth was out, I thought things would be clearer, but now everything is more uncertain than ever. I've lived in the shadows of this secret for so long. Now that it's revealed, I'm terrified of the fallout. I told them everything I've been hiding, and the silence that followed felt like an eternity. I never imagined that telling them would shatter the image they had of me. But here we are. The weight of keeping this secret for so long was suffocating, but I didn't expect the emotional storm it unleashed. For years, I kept my truth hidden, but now that it's out, I feel exposed in a way I never anticipated. I finally let the truth out, and now the silence between us feels heavier than ever before. The truth I kept locked away for so long is finally out, but it's left me with more questions than answers. I thought revealing the truth would free me, but now I'm tangled in the aftermath, unsure of where to go next. After years of carrying this burden, I finally let go of my secret, but in doing so, I may have lost everything. I opened up to my family, but now I'm second guessing whether it was the right choice at all. I thought telling them would be a release, but instead, it's only brought more confusion and heartache. The secret I kept for so long is finally out in the open, and now I have to face the consequences. I didn't expect to feel so empty after telling them. The truth should have set me free, but it feels like it's done the opposite. The truth came out, but now I'm left picking up the pieces of the family relationships I thought would never change. I thought my family would understand, but the silence that followed my confession was deafening. What happens when you share a secret you've carried for years? The emotional fallout can be overwhelming. I revealed the truth, but now I feel like I'm standing on the edge, unsure of what comes next. It was a secret I thought I could never share, but once it was out, everything felt different. I expected tears, anger, or even relief, but what I got instead was pure silence, and I don't know how to feel about it. I was terrified of what would happen if I told them. Now that it's done, I'm realizing it was only the beginning of my struggle. I thought the truth would bring clarity, but all it's done is leave me feeling lost in a sea of emotions. The weight of my secret is finally gone, but what's replaced it? A sense of dread I didn't see coming. I thought I could handle the fallout, but now that it's here, I realize I might not be as strong as I thought. I've kept this secret for so long, but now that I've shared it, I can't escape the consequences of my actions. The truth was like a bomb going off in my family, and now I'm just waiting for the dust to settle. What do you do when the truth you've been hiding changes everything? I'm still trying to figure that out. I didn't know how much I was holding back until the truth slipped out. Now, I feel exposed in ways I never imagined. The truth I've carried in silence for years is finally out. How will they react when they hear what I've kept hidden? After years of pretending, I finally let the truth slip. But the fear, it's overwhelming. I've kept this secret locked away, buried deep. But today, everything changes. The weight of my hidden truth is finally gone. But the consequences, I don't know if I'm ready. What happens when the deepest secrets come to light? I'm about to find out. I told my family what I've been hiding for so long, and now I'm left with a whirlwind of emotions. Every moment I kept this secret, I felt like I was suffocating. But letting go, is it worth the pain? The moment I shared the truth with my family, I realized it was the hardest thing I've ever done. I've carried this heavy burden for so long, but now that it's out, I don't know what's next. I didn't expect the silence after I spoke. It felt like time had stopped. What are they thinking? Telling them everything felt like a weight lifting off my chest. But the aftermath, it's more complicated than I imagined. I thought once I told them it would feel like relief, but instead, I'm caught in a whirlwind of uncertainty. For years, I lived in the shadows of my own truth. But today, I stepped into the light. What happens now? I held on to this secret for so long. Now that it's out, I feel exposed, raw, and vulnerable. The moment I shared the secret, I saw the shock in their eyes. But the real question is, what happens next? For years, my family never knew the real me. Today, I gave them a glimpse. But what if they never see me the same again? I thought I was ready for the fallout, but now that it's real, I don't know how to process this. I revealed the truth, but it didn't come out as I expected. The silence that followed, it was deafening. Every part of me wanted to keep it hidden, but now that I have spoken, I feel exposed. What's next? The fear of rejection was too much to bear, but I finally did it. I told them the truth. Now, everything feels different. What do you do when your truth is too big to hide any longer? I'm facing the consequences now, and they're more than I ever imagined. I finally told my family, but now I'm dealing with the shock waves. Was it worth it? It's not easy to reveal the truth after so long, but now that it's done, I feel like I've unlocked a new chapter of my life. I've been carrying this secret for years. Now that it's out, I feel exposed, but free. The moment I spoke those words, everything changed. I'm not sure if it was for better or worse. I've kept this hidden for so long, but today I couldn't keep it in any longer. The aftermath. I never expected this. I thought they would be angry, but the silence that followed, it shook me to my core. The truth was buried for so long, but once it's out, there's no going back. I'm facing my family's reaction now. Telling my family the truth was the hardest thing I've ever done, but now that it's done, I'm struggling to deal with the aftermath. When you've kept a secret for years, telling the truth feels like a life or death moment. But is it really over? I can't believe I finally said it. But now I'm left wondering if I've destroyed everything. It felt like a moment of freedom, but now The weight of the truth is crashing down on me. For years, I lived with this lie, but now that I've told my family, the fear of what's next is consuming me. The moment I told them the truth, everything felt like it stopped. What's going to happen to us now? I thought I could handle the truth coming out, but now that it's here, I feel lost and uncertain. The truth was finally out, but what happened after? It's not what I expected. I've been hiding this for so long, and now it's out in the open. What happens when your family knows the truth? The relief I thought I'd feel after revealing everything, it's nowhere to be found. After years of silence, the words left my lips, but I'm not sure I'm prepared for what comes next. I thought I'd feel lighter, but telling them this truth has made everything feel so much heavier. I opened up and shared what I've been hiding for years. Now, I'm wondering if it was worth the risk. The secret is finally out, but the consequences are just beginning to unfold before me. I didn't realize how much fear I was holding until I finally let the truth go. But is it too late to go back? It was like stepping off a cliff. Once I told them the truth, there was no turning back. The fear of their reaction was suffocating, but now that it's over, I'm still left with so many unanswered questions. The words came out, but now I'm wondering if I've just opened a door I can't close. The secret I carried for so long is finally exposed, but I can't escape the storm of emotions it stirred up.